nowhere to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Hey everybody, welcome to the program. We're live at 5 right here. It's our weekend update from All Around Town Radio. Tell us who you got to see all weekend playing music in the comments, if you will. Come on.
It's the weekend review. It's a Bible coming for you. We're speaking with the fans. Sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With heart, you know, plan to do it well. So all around town radio.
Shio. There we go. Let's see who's checking in today. Steve wants to know what my shirt says. All right. I'll tell you. I will tell you. For real. Yes. It says, Jameson makes me happy, you not so much. That is the way it works. Hit that lick. Come on. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. How about that? How about that? Hey, we got a good show for you today. Got a lot coming your way. And again, if you saw somebody play over the weekend, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hello, Heather. Thank you for dropping by. Hello, Glenn. Thank you for being here on the YouTube channel. First up on the YouTube. Oh, yes. And Steve, he got to see the jam. Name that tune. You were there with me both those nights. We had a great time. Doghouse and Twisted Fate. How about that? There you go. Heather got to see Doghouse and Twisted Fate. It's so much fun. Bob Klein in the house. How are you, brother? We're gearing up for the All Around Town watch party on Saturday at the Bell and the Bear with Rock House, Bob Klein's band. We're going to have a great time. So join us for that one. Put that one on your calendar, people. It's going to be a big weekend at the Bell and the Bear with Rock House, obviously, on Saturday, and then the Shred Off on Sunday, hosted by Scotty Bratcher, who will be my guest at noon on Wednesday, talking about the Shred Off and some other things he's got going on. So tune in for that one, too, if you can. What's up, Tony? How are you? Hindsight in the house. Good stuff. Steve Stein checking in on the YouTube. Thank you for being here, and welcome on a Monday, everybody. How about this St. Patty's weather? How about it? Mother Nature sucking. What's up, Scott? Abe's Lincoln in the house. How are you? So, yeah, Mother Nature. She's kind of a bitch this week. Because yesterday would have been great weather for St. Patty's Day, but no, we have to drop it to 17 degrees with a wind chill lower than that tomorrow morning. Yes. And Bob said they knocked the rust off on Saturday, ready for Saturday at the Bell. Good deal. I'm looking forward to it, Bob. Can't wait to see your band again. Going to be so much fun. And Glenn said it was snowing pretty good in Middletown today. Yeah, it was snowing pretty good here in Springboro for a little bit. And what's up, Kelly? Thank you so much for being with us. So I've got a big weekend to talk about, and boy, was it a good one. And Kelly was there. He was there. And we'll chat about him and the band Last Call. You've heard me talk about them before, but I'm going to rave about them again because it's marvelous. It is marvelous. I got to get a couple notes up here, make sure I'm okay with that. Yeah, there we are. All right. So if you did see somebody play over the weekend and you want to drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you guys if you can. It's been action packed since Wednesday of last week. I haven't been home a night yet. I've been working or out doing my musical thing. And that is fun. It is, and going to continue it tonight and tomorrow night probably, or tomorrow day and tomorrow night. Then I'll have to take a break on Wednesday probably. You never know, though. You never know. Maybe I'll just keep going all the way through the weekend. That's how it works. Hi, Steve. Steve is in here again saying the leprechaun saw his shadow 6 more weeks of winter. Well, F that leprechaun too. How's that? Yes. And Mother Nature. And Live at 5 with the Scott Hall Band Friday and Saturday. Well, you know, I did get to see a brother both nights this weekend. That was kind of nice. It was Sean Cooper from Milano's. And Evan's in the house from Last Call. Going to talk about them here in just a moment. And yes, Tony said all kinds of action at Carroll's St. Pat's Fest this weekend. Yeah, I had some great bands there as well. We did not get anything from them to announce those. However, I did have Truck announced that they were going to be there and things like that, but and gave us those. But if you know anybody that does the festival business throughout the year, have them give us a shout on throughout the week, and we'll get it on our Thursday list as well. Hi, Jim Kilroy. So welcome to Hall Around Town Radio, guys. We call this the Backstage Hall Pass Day, where we bring you the weekend update. And I'm going to go way back. I got to give a shout out, first of all, Tuesday to the Moose for trivia. We had a blast. If anybody out there is a Moose trivia player, it is canceled for tomorrow due to the St. Patty's festivals and things going on. It's going to be a lot going on in the Moose as well with Irish dancers and things like that. So you can still stop in there and have a great time and get yourself a little libation on and all the fun stuff that goes along with the Miamisburg Moose. Wednesday night, I want to talk about Name That Tune at the Bell. Like I said on Thursday's show last week, not the biggest crowd we've ever had there at the Bell, obviously, but still a great night with some great players and fun teams. And it was just an enjoyable evening for me. If you haven't seen our pictures, check out our pictures. Speaking of people that were there, besides Steve, who's out there, I do have to give a shout out to the lovely Gina McCann, who has joined us. Gina was sporting the Hall Around Town t-shirt and hat. I got a good picture of her on the page in that. And thank you, Gina, for representing. I appreciate it so much. And Gina's team, they had a fun time. And Rick Kern got to come up and do a little tiebreaker and got to do a dance off and a lip sync battle. And if you've never heard Rick sing, Tell Me What You Want, What You Really, Really Want, you know, the old Spice Girls wannabe song, you need to check out the video in the comments on that, shot by the wonderful Tim McCann. So, yeah, it was an epic night. It was fun. We had a blast and just enjoyed the people that were there. I want to congratulate Prestige Worldwide, which is a team of 2 who had a perfect score in every round. And no, they weren't on their phones. So I know, I mean, I will tell you, Rob and Kara are great players, and they tend to win a lot. And they smoked it that night. And I had a wide variety of music. I mean, everything from hard rock to country to soft rock to pop. It was all in there. And Rob knew them all. He did. And Kara, she knows some too. It's not just Rob. So a wonderful night there at the Bell and the Bear. Thank you to Karis for another wonderful winter season. That's it for us at the Bell on Name That Tune, unless a pop-up date happens to come in. If she has something canceled, we might pop one in there. But I will be doing every Wednesday at Heather's starting April 15th all the way through November. So you can join us at Heather's on the patio. Yes, it might be a little chilly in the beginning, but by June, July, and August, it's a beautiful environment to be in. Make a reservation, however, because, 350 plus seats. I'll just say that. It's really 400. But you can all fit in there. We'll make room for you. And hello, David Linda from Last Call and Barely Able as well. He had a busy weekend. Thank you, Gina, for saying it was fun. It was fun that night. And, some other musicians in the house, too, besides Gina and Rick. And, of course, Kevin was there for his birthday week celebration. And then Dave from Arena Rock Show. There was just a lot of people who were there. So a wonderful, wonderful night of Music, fun, and festivities. And Shane was the Lone Ranger with his team. His other two teammates couldn't make it, so he did well too. So thank you guys for a great Wednesday. Want to move on to Thursday. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Thank you for being here. And guys, if you're out there, please say hi. Our live viewership's sucking. It's in the tank right now. Normally for a Monday, it should be way up there, but it's not for some reason. So I don't know if we're not getting sent out. You know, sometimes they don't notify people that we're live and all that stuff. I quit trying to worry about the Book of Face a long time ago. It'll drive you crazy. It will. Drive you crazy. Fine Young Cannibals did a song about it. But let's chat about Thursday night's jam at the Bell and the Bear. Another epic evening, as always, at the Bell and the Bear. Wonderful night. Our friend Jay Grant filling in for Kevin Cooper. Jay Grant from Half-Life and Uncle Rico, who I'm going to get to see Uncle Rico tomorrow in the afternoon at Mr. Burroughs, probably, if I make it back from the Dublin pub. And lots and lots and lots of folks there that night. Rick Pieper filling in on keyboards for Jim Cuesta. A host of folks on the stage. Alex from Mojo Rising came up and did a fantastic job, as she always does. The guys we had on the show last week, the Oscar Wildes, the Irish band, they did a showcase, and boy, did they turn up the energy and have fun. I love to see this band play. And they're so energetic on stage, and you know the fiddle player. I mean, everybody it's just a good band, and not just for this time of year. I mean, you know they do some covers. They did "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic in an Irish format. Yeah, I said that out loud. It was unique. It was. And then the usual suspects at the Bell and the Bear as well, besides the Oscar Wildes, but a whole lot of other people up there playing and going on. Johnny Stone, Brian Hubbard, just a whole bunch of folks that get up there and play each week. Jonathan Groom's on the stage as well, playing bass. And the house band was in full effect, even though it was missing 3 of its original members. Still pulled it off and did a great job. And Kevin Cooper's in the house. Speaking of that, Kevin Cooper, which he was off that night, but he normally kind of musically directs the house band. And yes, I want Scott to do my voicemail greeting as well. I love his Irish accent. I could have done that show with him for hours just listening to him talk. There's something about an Irish accent I just dearly love. And what's up, Kathleen, or Catherine? I'm sorry. I said Kathleen, looking the wrong screen. Catherine, thank you for being here. Bill said he enjoyed the Thursday jam and Saturday Twisted Fate at the Bell and the Bear, and then Sunday Cat Campbell's CD release party. That looked like a dandy. You had great videos of that, Bill. Thank you for that. So, yeah, Bell and the Bear jam, always fun, always a good one. Great people in the audience, always. Some of our Dayton peeps came down. Dave McCarty was there from Half-Life and recently just ended his tenure with Crying Out Loud. He was in the house as well, got up and played a song. And I can't talk enough about Alex from Mojo Rising. She is just an absolute pleasure to be around. Just a wonderful young lady who, man, she can kill it. Great vocals. And she's so much fun to watch on stage, too. She's got that Gwen Stefani look and all that. And she has great stage energy, and just loved watching her sing. And there were so many people that night who came up and played. I can't mention them all, but just a host of folks. And I do have to give a major shout out. One of the unsung heroes of the Thursday night jam is Mike Roberts. Mike stands on stage or off stage there and does the list. And you know, a lot of people give the list keeper some crap, and they keep coming back. When am I on? When am I on? You know, you're not the star. The star is the whole show. And the people that come in need to understand Mike is placing you in a strategic position on how you'll fit in the mix of how we're doing the music there. And the music there is sometimes very fever pitched. So you've got to come up and you've got to kill it as well. So those things happen. And sometimes people don't play till the end of the night. Sometimes people play at the very beginning. It's just how it works. And Mike does a remarkable job of managing that list and also keeping the house band informed as to who's coming up next and all the things that need to be done and announced and so on there. And I did a little announcing work on Thursday as well. And we want to thank the sponsors of the jam, Jeff Meadows Law Firm, who sponsors a jam a month, and the featured artist that night, the Oscar Wildes, who were there, which really made it worthwhile. Hi, Kyla. How are you? I haven't seen you in ages. Hope you're doing well. Brian, I was talking about you earlier. I hope you were here. Kara, talking about you earlier, too, about the Prestige Worldwide win at the Bell and the Bear. And David Taylor, there's another one, rolling in on one leg, got a broken foot. He's on a scooter, and he's playing like a champ up there. And Gino as well from his band playing bass. You never know what you're going to see at the Bell. And just like the Oscar Wildes, the Irish group getting up there and playing 4 or 5 songs, you never know what's going to happen on a Thursday. So thank you to everybody for being there. Thanks to those of you who came up and said hello that I did not know or hadn't met before. That was nice. And some of you sporting the Haul Around Town attire, the support local music apparel. We appreciate that anytime you're wearing that. It's a great thing, and that's why we do that. We don't make any money off that. That is not a money maker in the least bit for me. It's just I roll it back in. Whatever they cut me for 10% or something, all gets rolled back into T-shirts that we give away and things like that. So we just want to get that word out, that support local music word out there. And it says, I'll allegedly have the Jeff Meadows St. Pat's T-shirt on tomorrow. Okay. I would like to see that. I would, for real. Would love to see it. And Jeff has a slogan. I always paraphrase it because I don't know exactly how it goes, but it's his law firm. It says, I'll defend you even when your mother won't, and that kind of thing. I think that's hilarious. But Jeff's a great guy and a wonderful sponsor there at the Bell. And I want to thank Karis and Kathy and the whole group there who helped put this together and make it work. So really good night, Thursday night, Bell and the Bear Jam. If you haven't been to one, go. Kyla, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear it. Hope you're going to get out and love to see you. I would. All right. And Brian jumped on a little late. Yeah, I mentioned you were one of the players that gets up there and plays that guitar, and you did a great job as well. And everybody that comes into the jam is very patient most of the time. It's the outsider person that comes in and like, I want a bar star type thing, and that doesn't apply to the jam. You got to pay your dues a little bit, and sometimes you just don't get up there either. Sometimes it's so busy that you don't make the cut, and you'll make it the next week, though, if you come back. That's the nice thing about it. They always put you at the front of the line. So that's how that works at the Bell and the Bear Jam, the house that Karis built, home of my I'm down to 161 Jamesons now. I had 3 that night. I did. So she only owes me 161 Jamesons. And how about that? Shit. Yes. All right, got to move on. Let's talk about Friday for a minute. Anybody know who we saw on Friday night? Who saw the same band I did Friday night? First and foremost, let me say congratulations to Mr. Burroughs Tavern on 9 years of business, celebrating their 9th anniversary this past weekend. And they kicked it off all weekend long. I had Benny Hill on Thursday night, who's just fantastic. I was at the jam, didn't get to see him, but I was there at the Mr. Burroughs Tavern Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you're going to hear a repetitive story here about where I was, but you're not going to hear a repetitive story about the bands. And Tracy was there with me. She was. How did we miss getting a picture, Tracy? I looked through my pictures. I think you took one, but I never got a copy of it. So it didn't make the cut either, Miss Tracy. I love Miss Tracy. We have a great time partying while David's on the stage playing. And it's always good there at Mr. Burroughs. It was a huge crowd. Allow me to say, this was a St. Patrick's Day style crowd. I mean, now tomorrow, Mr. Burroughs is going to be off the hook because it'll be the only, the barrel will be indoors as well. But on the pub crawl for Springboro, and there's buses going to all the pubs and bars and the Eagles and those places. The indoor venues will be very popular tomorrow due to the temperatures. I feel horrible for Heather. Heather always tries to kick it off with a bang on St. Patty's, but the weather tomorrow is just sucking. And I feel bad for the musicians playing outside. And then the Eagles has a tent as well, and they have a heater. I saw they have a heater for the tent. I know Dublin Pub has a heater for the tent, but it's just, I don't know. It's Mother Nature. She's kind of sucking this year, literally. And Tracy says you have one. Well, I didn't see it, Tracy. Thanks so much. It would have made the post. It would have. So let's talk about Last Call. An unbelievably packed room at Mr. Burroughs on Friday night. Last Call, arguably, to me, one of the best bands you'll ever hear. Vocally, some of the best harmonies. You know, a lot of you on here from Cincinnati can relate to this when I say it's comparable to the Eagles Project harmonies. It is top shelf good stuff. And they are so vocally deep, with Chris Reynolds kind of taking the lead on the vocals in the band. But David Linda, his vocals, his background vocals are just amazing. And Evan, oh my God, you know, Evan Wheeler, just another vocalist that's off the hook and a great guitar player. He was shredding a couple solos throughout the night. And then Kelly back there, we were joking about Kelly, and I ran into an old friend of mine, Lisa, that used to hang out with us at the Soft Rock. And Lisa's in a band as well. And we were talking about Kelly keeping time and how he looks so effortless back there, just keeping great time for this band. And it's wonderful to watch. And this band plays songs that everyone can relate to. The whole room was singing along to all the songs. They're dancing and having fun. But, you know, when this band throws things at you, like the Little River Band and Christopher Cross, and, you know, they joke about their soft rocking your face off and all that. But it's the truth. It is one of the most perfect blends of music that you'll hear. And Sean Cooper, you're saying it best there, brother. Last Call is next level. They are. I had so many people at that event we put on for Brian Harris when Last Call played from Cincinnati that came up to me and said, how have we not heard this band before? They're awesome. They're fantastic. And, you know, I keep pumping their tires, man, because I'm going to keep doing that because I just love this band. And every chance I get, it's another one of those bands. I try to swing in and see a little bit of their set because it brings me great pleasure. And I love to watch the people that know the songs and sing along. And their set list is it's just so cool and so eclectic, and it just takes you back to your youth. It really does. And you know, some of the people that are singing along to these songs weren't even born yet when these songs were popular, yet they know them. And the crowd that follows Last Call is a great music loving crowd. Mr. Burroughs did it right. Their staff was humping, man. Their staff was busting their butts that night to take care of everybody. And thank goodness I ran into that friend of mine, Lisa, and we sat over at the corner and just chatted. But it was a celebration for Shannon from Crying Out Loud, her birthday. And so many musicians in the house. The Uncle Rico guys were there. Benny Bodine, I saw him in the house. Just a whole list of great musicians who came in and played. And let me see who's Sean saying, Last Call does all of my favorite music. Yes. And they're good guys too. The whole band. I mean, it's just fun to watch. And I love, by the end of the night, sometimes when they get a few adult beverages in them, it gets a little fun. And Kara said she saw Christopher Cross last year. He still sounds good. Yeah. When, you know, Ride Like the Wind, when they're doing that, Lady, Little River Band, you know, I mean, all those songs. Sail On, Commodore's tune, man, they kill that song. It's absolutely stunning when they play it. And the crowd is singing. It's just, I could go on and on forever about this band. But if you've never seen Last Call, put it on your so-called bucket list or your list of to-dos because you want to go see this band. And they play a lot. They do. I mean, just listen to our show on Thursdays. We'll always be announcing their shows as long as David Linda remembers to send it to me. David, we'll get it out there to you. We will. for real. So thank you, Kelly, Evan, David, Chris, and these guys. And you can catch the duo as well, David and Chris, occasionally out and here and about. But I love the four-piece. It just fills the room with wonderful sound and great musical love. It does. And that's cool. What's up, Todd? How are you? Thank you. Had fun playing Wings Saturday. Yeah, I want to ask you, Skip and I were talking about that. Did it end up being a huge crowd by at that time of night? Because you guys were last on the bill there. And I wondered if the crowd would hang around because, the crowds now tend to be early. That you see, if a band takes a break at 10:30, sometimes the room empties. So I was wondering about that. You can let me know, Todd, if you don't want to post it on here. You can always just shoot me a message. But I haven't talked to Skip to find out how it went. Not yet. So thank you, Marcy and Rick. Congratulations from Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Mandy, Leanne, Danny, all of them there that night. They had a huge staff that night that were kicking it. And Todd said had about half the crowd left. Yeah, I wondered about that being the last one up, but that's still good. I mean, it was still a huge crowd there. I saw the videos and pictures from Wings, and wow. And that's the way. I mean, if you want to do a party, do a pre-party on a Saturday when St. Patty's is on a Tuesday. The St. Patrick's people will be out; they'll be having fun. But you want to really get a banger, do it on the weekend before, when it falls on Mondays and Tuesdays and all that. And unfortunately, tomorrow I'm going to be not unfortunately, but I'll be at the Dublin Pub in the morning tomorrow, and there is the first four March Madness at UD Arena. The UD kids are in school, not on spring break this year, which normally they are, I think, which means all of them will be around. And I'm going to get out of Dublin Pub before amateur hour starts. I'm just going to say that. I'm too old for that anymore. I used to be one that would get to Flanagan's at 7 a.m. and leave at 1 in the morning. And we'd party all day long. But I think I'll come back to Springboro in the afternoon and just chill a little bit, maybe. But I'm sure the Springboro crowd will be just as wild and crazy. And usually by 4 or 5 o'clock, then everybody comes out of the woodwork after work and all that to do a little partying for St. Patty's. So thank you, Marcy, Rick. Last call. Wonderful job. Night number 2 at Mr. Burroughs. Got to see Until Rust and Friends. Had never seen the full band version of this. I've always seen Rob and Shane. Charlie playing bass is a huge thing there. He's in Half-Life as well. And wonderful. I'm looking here. Hang on. Todd said Ladder took your setup time with 2 on. Those damn boys, bastards. Yeah, Ladder. Where are you, Quentin? Are you out there? And Kevin said this would have been a horrible week for spring break. I guess the kids could have built a snowman. Yeah, definitely. But most of those UD kids head way south for spring break. They do. And make it happen that way. So let me move on to talk about Until Rust and Friends. Great job. A lot of 90s tunes from Until Rust and Friends. Just the vocals of Shane DeMoss. If you know, you know. I don't need to say much about him. Fantastic vocals. A lot of the tunes they played, I've often said I don't relate to them very well because I was in that era running a dance nightclub. And, that was not the style of music. We were playing Belle Biv DeVoe and all that stuff back then. So I didn't listen to the Alice in Chains as much as I probably should have, or the Soundgardens or, all that. But they did a variety of tunes, and they added some tunes that I never expected to hear from them. They did the song, the Shabuzi song, Tipsy, which blew me away that they did it and did a great job of it. And, some other things thrown in there, some rocky tunes and so on that weren't necessarily in Shane's normal wheelhouse of music that you hear from him. Metallica. Wow. They slayed Metallica. Really, really good. So just a a variety of stuff from Until Rust and Friends. They have a variety of bands. There's the 2-piece, the 3-piece, the 4-piece, and then Shane's alter ego, which is Half-Life, which is made up of some wonderful players, Niles on drums, and of course, Charlie on bass, and Dave McCarty on guitar, and Jay Grant on guitar as well in there. I'm sorry, Jay Grant. Did I say Dave McCarty? I did, yes. I always give Dave crap, but Dave's a wonderful guy too. And then Shane on vocals. And that's different than the Until Rust totally. It's a totally different, a little more powerhouse rock music. So they did a great job again. Some highlights for the night were all the people who just get up and jam to their music and get up front there and dance and enjoy themselves. And wonderful, wonderful sound out of Until Rust and Friends on night number 2 at Mr. Burroughs for me on Saturday night, and hung out there till the bitter end on that one as well. And then came Sunday Fun Day at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. And I want to mention these guys because I walked in the door on Sunday about a half hour into their set, and Kevin Cooper and company, Brian Hanky Panks Brian and Cafferty and Mike Roberts, the three of them playing at Mr. Burroughs Sunday Fun Day from 3 to 6 yesterday. I pulled up out there and I couldn't believe the traffic's up the street. If you know Mr. Burroughs, you know the parking lot gets full and people park on the street. And I'm like, how many people are here today? And this place was humping. It was packed. And a really good crowd at Mr. Burroughs for this. And Eyes Up Here is just it's a different band than the Hanky Panks, but you get to see a lot of the same songs and some of that that they do in the Hanky Panks. I want to say that I've got to give one standout for Brian and Kevin both. Pink Houses. They did that song, and the vocals were off the hook good for that. And then throwing in REO Speedwagon, and it just... They take requests. Now imagine a band taking requests on slips that they come out and put on your table with a pencil, and you can fill them out. Now there's some songs, obviously, they say we just can't do. We just don't know that song. But a majority of the requests they get, they try to pull off, and they do a wonderful job. Now you can expect sometimes it to be, maybe a choppier intro, maybe the ending is not on time sometimes because they're playing songs they've never played before. But the vocals are stellar. Kevin Cooper is just a fantastic vocalist. So is Brian. And they can do a variety of stuff. I mean, you want to hear a guy sound like Michael McDonald, listen to Kevin Cooper sometimes. And Brian sings a lot of the girl songs. However, Kevin did a Fleetwood Mac tune yesterday that was a girl tune and pulled it off. Brian can hit those real high notes and do a wonderful job. And they're just a fun bunch of guys, too. Mike back there on the cajon, keeping time. And Mike really enjoys being in this band. I mean, you can see it in his face. He enjoys playing with these guys and having a wonderful time there. And Mr. Burroughs is very, very welcoming on Sundays. The people that are there love music. That's why they're there. They come in for Sunday Fun Days. And it's chill enough that you're home by 6 or 6:15, if you live in the area. And you can still spend an afternoon and have some great music and a few adult beverages maybe and, some good food there at Mr. Burroughs. So that was a great way to culminate their 9-year anniversary party with Eyes Up Here in the house. And I was just happy I could be there and witness the madness all 3 nights or all 3 days, so to speak. It was good. And who did that video? Todd, I wonder who had that. I haven't seen it, but I'd like to see it. And they slayed it and really good and got a huge applause as well at the end of that. And Shane says, "Hi Shane, how are you?" Says, "Love me some Mr. Burroughs Tavern Springboro." Well, let me tell you, Until Rust and Friends, I'd never seen the full band, as I said a minute ago. I'm really impressed, and I thought you guys, the variety of tunes that you threw in there that I didn't expect out of you too, blew me away. So wonderful, wonderful night there on Saturday night too at Burroughs. So if you saw somebody play over the weekend, we didn't get a chance to post that because our give us your favorite drummer post went viral, went crazy on the page. So I just let it ride itself out. And okay, Todd says, think Burroughs did it. I'll have to look and see. But we didn't get a chance to post on our page on Sunday like we normally do. Who'd you see over the weekend? So if you saw somebody play and you want to drop it in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Now, there is more live music tonight. Our friends Love Bomb and Stranger are playing at the Dublin Pub this evening for the pre-St. Patty's party. And that'll be a big one. They're under the tents, and it's heated tents, by the way, with big sidewalls and so on. But tomorrow, just an absolute host. You can refer to our post on the Warren County Post, our page there about who's playing out, and see who's playing everywhere tomorrow if you want to look up that list. But there's a ton of music going on between the Springboro Pub Crawl, Mo Harrigan's Tavern, of course, the Dublin Pub, Flanagan's Pub, the event in Huber Heights, where a lot of people were asking me about that. The Dublin Pub is building another location in Huber Heights next to the Rose Music Center. And I don't know if you're aware of it. There's a lot going on in Huber Heights. There's a huge hotel going in there next to the Rose. There is about 3,000 seat indoor music venue getting built, which is kind of like the Brady in Cincy. There's just a ton of things happening up there, and you've got Warp Wing who's up there, TJ Chumps, and now Dublin Pub moving in, and they're doing a full party there as well at the Rose. There's a giant tent just like at Dublin Pub. There's music, there's fun, there's some obviously really good Irish tunes coming in there, Irish dancers, and all the fun stuff that goes along with St. Patty's Day. And for one price, you can go on the shuttles and go to all of them, which is really fun. Really good. Tracy said Wings was thumping Saturday night. Ithaca and Ladder rocked it. Thank you for that, Tracy. I'm glad you got to see them. And we got to hang out again, Tracy, sometime when the boys aren't playing from Hall Pass, maybe, and hang out and have a good old time. Or maybe even the Soft Rock. We could do that as well. That'd be fun. So that's what I've got for my weekend update. I'm going to be out and about tonight. If is anybody going to Dublin Pub tonight? That's what I want to know. Is anyone going to Dublin Pub this evening for Love Bomb and Stranger tonight? Let me know if you are. Shane says, it's great to see you and the boys Saturday. Oh, you're always welcome, Shane. I love your band, man. It was great to catch up with your mom, too, who was in the house, and Krista's mom as well. It's great to see the families show up. And, you know, on Friday night, Shannon from Crying Out Loud, her birthday party, her family was all there. Her bandmates were there. And that's all part of the cool thing. And Shane was there supporting as well. So that's all part of the cool life that goes on in this music community. You get a chance to hang with people and chat with people. Got a chance to see Roger McNutt, who's a wonderful supporter of live local music. And Mr. Burroughs is kind of a magnet for that. They're a good local spot here that's 5 minutes from my crib, and makes it fun for me to get there and enjoy a whole weekend of music. Didn't go anywhere else. No offense to the guys that were at Wings and those kind of places, but you know, I tend to stick where I can be and see a lot of bands, and that's what I did for real. Yes, and yeah, you don't need to hone anything in, Shane. It's wonderful. You guys really put on a good show, except for Robbie. And you know, I don't know. Tell him I said that way. Rob and I give each other crap, but I love the guy. Really a fun band until Rust and Friends. Last Call, great vocals, great band. Just there's a lot of guys I talk to that are in music say I come in and hear Last Call and they're like I just want to quit. I'm not going to even practice anymore. These guys are so good. And that's a hell of a compliment coming from other musicians. So thank you all. And again, if you're going to be at Dublin Pub tonight, shoot me a message. Let me know what's shaking and what time you're going to be there and all those things. And then we'll see you at Dublin Pub in the morning. And I'll see you for Uncle Rico tomorrow in the afternoon at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. I don't think I'll make the Love Bomb show, but I'll make the Uncle Rico show. And then we've got... oh my gosh, lots of things going on at Heather's on the patio. Hold on, it's coming to me. Too many bands in my head. Vicious Cycle will be at Heather's on the patio. And then, of course, Naked Karate Girls winding out the day after a drive plays at the Eagles under the tent in Springboro. So lots going on for St. Patty's Day, guys. And again, thank you for being loyal, faithful followers here of the show. We appreciate that so much. Don't forget to hit the share button when you can and share it with your music-loving friends out there, if you will, our programming, and we'd especially appreciate that as well. So we're going to get out of here, get out and support some live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. Please be safe on the St. Patty's Day celebration. And yes, and Todd said Big Mother and the locals really had a fantastic set at Wings. How about that? Yeah, it sounds like that Wings show was really off the hook. I mean, I saw video. It was packed, absolutely packed, which is great. Good for them. Good for Chad and everybody up there for bringing that music to you. Thanks, guys. And Carroll, the St. Pat's Festival at Carroll High School was also another one I heard was just off the hook good. So good that people were getting out and enjoying the wonderful weather, which we had up till yesterday. And then look what happened today. We don't care. Little Jameson will cure any cold. Make sure you're there. St. Patty's Day this weekend. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Scott, your host. Hey, no Hot Topic Tuesday tomorrow. Karis and I taking the day off after episode 150 last week. Taking the day off on St. Patty's Day. She's got a lot going at the Bell and the Bear as well with, the Oscar Wildes, Mojo Rising. Who else is in the house? I can't remember the last band now, but lots going on. So see y'all. Have a good day. Bye-bye, everybody. Happy St. Patty's with a D. Patty's with a D. Yes. We'll be back on Wednesday, noon. Scotty Bratcher joining me in the house at noon to talk about the shred off at the Bell and the Bear this weekend. And don't forget the Bob Klein Rock House Band, as I like to say. Bob's out there somewhere. And we'll be having the Hall Around Town watch party at the Bell on Saturday night for our friends from Rock House. Miss Jackie, thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Dewey. You know, too many bands, too little time. Bye-bye. And just a reminder, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they may represent. Thanks for watching, everybody.
I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see.
Who's that?